You with my top 3 tips right now at this very moment because I know that a lot of you guys are going through the anxiety. I know that it's shattering a lot of your confident level. I know that you are wondering when is the next job interview. We're not even talking about job offer. When is the next job interview going to land on your lap? And professionals, the answer is really not that difficult. I've made so many videos, so many. I've also collaborated with experts on LinkedIn, networking, job search. You all don't watch it. You know how I know you don't watch my stuff? Is because it shows me there's like 300 people who's watched my stuff that are 3 years old. Okay, that's how I know. For the month of December, I'm trying really hard to have the right content. If you haven't already on my main YouTube channel, there is next week, for example, I will be collaborating with my good friend Cassandra Thompson. She is an amazing. She focuses a lot on LinkedIn social networking and connection, as well as myself. But it's good to hear from 2 different perspectives. Although I focus primarily on senior level principal and executive, she worked a lot on the university side because I know there's a lot of more junior level and mid level folks who are connecting with me. So it's good to get different perspective. Okay, so with further ado, if you're new to my channel, make sure you tell me where you are calling from, or dialing in from. So the first thing I wanted to do is to tell you, this may not come in as a surprise for all of you guys. Stop applying to job for the love of God. Stop. Just stop. Stop. I don't know how else to make you guys stop. Okay? Let me tell you why. Because a year ago, this is way before the massive recession. This is just, what is it? Like COVID-19 had just happened, I think about 8 months or so-ish ago. I used to be more active on Glassdoor. Glassdoor is a mobile audio, by the way, kind of like this, but on audio, because not a lot of people care for YouTube or video. So I got a chance to hang out with a group of VPs, executives from Yahoo. VP of Talent and HR was there. Google was there. Tesla was definitely there, and myself. So we were basically doing a roundtable to talk about, is there going to be, or will there be going to be a recession that's coming? We kind of all saw the hiring pause that's coming. But prior to that, during that time, how many open positions are for Google, for example, right? If you are a software engineer in general, without the recession and COVID, there's about 1 million people applying to technical role in these FANG companies. True fact, because I have worked for Google, I worked for Meta, I have worked for Amazon for 7 years. I can tell you, if you are a technical professional, which means technical program manager, technical product managers, um, software engineers in all the categories, hardware, software, embedded, right? Platform engineers, so solution architect, even a lot of those roles, even prior to that, there is a significant amount of applicants. Now, let's pause for a second. We're talking about the recessions where for big companies like Amazon, Google, and Meta to make a public announcement that they are not just going through a hiring freeze, but they're laying off their employers, right? Employees. Guys, I need coffee really bad. I didn't really have a chance to brew some today. So with that in mind, you know that you cannot apply to job in a conventional way. You should never be applying to job anyways, okay? Because it is truly adding on to a lot of the problem of millions of people going to the same job, and your recruiter behind the scene, what they do is they use buzzword, okay? Buzzword meaning that they, for example, your program managers, they will put program managers, whatever skill set or competency, and they will find you, which leads to tip number 2. But let's just pause there for a second. If your credential, aka resume or LinkedIn profile, does not demonstrate your core strength, which I'm going to tell you this right now, I am a founder and CEO of my coaching business, which is my VIP coaching. I have not met anyone at any level, especially the leadership capacity, that have a credential where I could look at your resume and say, oh, wow, you're a perfect fit for this role or this project. It's never happened before. Because just because you are really good in doing the job that you do doesn't mean you know how to put your credential together, okay? That's more reason for you to stop applying to job. Pause, guys. Just hang on for a second. Use that time to evaluate your brand. This channel right here, if you guys are interested, click the join button, any tier you want. I don't care. I can turn it into member mode, and I do a lot of free LinkedIn and resume and story review right here on this channel. So I guess what I'm trying to say is I've seen so many people reaching out to me throughout all of the social platform complain about the same thing, that they're getting laid off, they're getting rejected, or so on and so forth. But no one is doing the work. Okay, nobody is doing the work. I still pay attention to the workplace statistic. I briefly mentioned about this in the last week's live stream when I collaborated with my buddy Jeff, the Google guy, and which is 90% of the people in this world chose comfort. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not judging, right? I choose comfort too, running my own business and working myself to death, but I love it. That's my comfort. So whatever your comfort is, you need to really set some kind of goal with yourself to get into the next phase of your career search, which is tip number 2 right here. Let's talk a little bit about rebuilding that confidence. Confidence is such a big thing, guys. So huge. I've seen like even people that have known me that we've crossed paths before and met at Facebook, excuse me, are really torn, and I can tell that their self confident is there. I can tell the doubt is there because they've been at Facebook for 8 years and suddenly they got laid off. Okay, or like other companies like that. I don't want to dive too deep into it, but a lot of people when they get laid off, it's not because they underperform. It's because of a lot of different reasons that I don't want to talk about right here because someone's going to hate on me if I do. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is don't apply to job when one, you don't have the right brand, okay? And you're competing with so many millions of people after the same thing. And the worst thing is, guys, I bet you anything I can put my career on the line because in the VIP coaching, I can tell that my I call member, my clients or my VIP member are a great fit with at least 3 different roles and not just one. That's probably why you're not getting hit up by recruiters. On top of that, you're lacking a lot of the buzzword on your CV. Okay. The number 2 thing is you're confident. I know it sounds really weird, but from the moment you exchange your message with the recruiter, worse, the hiring manager, assuming that you're reaching out to people that you guys know, there's a lack of self worth and confidence and confusion in your written communication. Okay. So let's talk about how we're supposed to change that. Funny that you guys asked. I'm actually talking about this hot networking verbiage next week. By the way, it is 12, I'm sorry, it is 12 p.m. Mountain Time. Okay, Mountain Time moving forward every Tuesday. I'll make a post about this on my LinkedIn tomorrow about this, where Cassandra and I are going to break down and teach you guys every single little thing on how to connect with who? Not the recruiter. No, not the recruiter. The hiring managers, guys. I talk about this topic passionately for 3 years, way before the pandemic hit. And guess what? You all don't listen. You all don't listen. I have a playlist that's called Job Search and Networking right here, by the way, on my YouTube channel. By the way, it's free. And to make matters worse, I also have template on specific messages that you should just copy and paste, twist things around for your future hiring manager. I also show you guys how to search for them. I'm getting speechless here, okay? The bottom line is that I don't want you to sit back and hold back. Time is going to fly. I don't want to say competition because I love you all. All of you guys job seeker or in a career transition, even though you're not being affected by the pandemic. I don't want you to sit back. When you sit back, the millions of people are going after the same job that has your name on it. Okay? So let's move on to number 3. Number 3 is connections. Connection. The week after next, basically the entire month of December, I want you all to show up, but show up prepared, guys, okay? I am going to do, and you know what? Reach out to me on via LinkedIn, which is right here. This is a little bit detailed. Ooh, there you go. Right here, connect to me on LinkedIn. If you guys are interested, I'm more than happy to show you exactly how to network for you, your position title, your geography. I can guarantee you, you're going to have at least 10 hiring managers that you can connect with. I'm also going to walk you through in a template. Don't copy my word by word. You need to show your authentic self where you can reach out to people to network that you don't even know. And yes, they will get their attention by your verbiage. Okay. So if you're interested in that, make sure you reach out to me via LinkedIn so that we can connect. Connection and networking is key, guys. I know that there's so many noise level in the social media right now. I don't know if y'all noticed. I haven't posted anything on LinkedIn for at least the last week, if not two. I didn't even put Happy Thanksgiving. That was how much I felt like my energy are being drained because the noise level are so big for me. I have no shame to admit where I am. And I think that being self-aware and vulnerable actually open up your mind into putting your energy in the right place, right? So that's why I'm having this conversation with you guys where my career coaching is now moving to life coaching for you because I feel that some of you, if not all of you, really needed to hear that message. You need to put your chins up, guys. Listen, I know the word layoff is a really big deal right now, but it's the holiday. It's common for company to pause, right? It's very, very common. And then you get organizations like Amazon and Google, even Microsoft specifically, for those who are my VIP member, actually told me that the recruiters and hiring manager mentioned that there will be more position coming come January. And you know that when organization says, hey, we have open position in January, first of all, you know the budget is already there, right? The budget to open that headcount to hire someone like you is already approved. It should be by now because comes December, everything should be set in stone. Okay, so what does that mean for you, professional? That means that you should get your shit together. Yes, get it together, everyone. Okay, I know that a lot of you guys have sent me your star story to review. I'm sorry, I cannot do that. Do you understand that the volume is super high and I do the best that I can to respond to every single messages? But it's coming to a time right now where I'm so obsessed in for you guys because if you're getting laid off and all that, I don't want you to be worrying about paying for a coach or hiring for a coach. That's why I'm coming on here to live stream for you. Um, I do plan on doing a special live coaching via Zoom in December. I know I talked about this in November. I was too over. I'm not finding the right vocabulary. I am over promising, not realizing that the move from Seattle to Arizona had really taken back about a few months of my time. If you notice, I haven't really put any new content outside of live streaming for the last few months as well because I don't want to put garbage out there for you guys. I want to talk about content that can add value to you or I have nothing to say. Okay, so it is coming. Thank you for all of those who reach out to me on LinkedIn to express your interest. For those of you who haven't, I'm going to select 100 people. That is right. I will select 100 people and send out a Zoom invite in the upcoming 2 weeks before Christmas. Okay, um, I feel that I feel that I feel that a lot of the I call it noise level because I don't do well with negative energy and negative vibe because even if I'm having a bad day and showing up here to live stream, you would never know. You would never know. Okay. I think it's really important to focus on the positive and focus on where you are dictating a lot of your effort in the job search process. I hate, I hate seeing so many of you guys hiring a resume writer. Cut that shit out. Why are you spending money to hire a resume writer? Why can't you do it yourself? They don't know you. I don't know you. I'm not going to write your resume. No one should, right? And there's so many free content out there. I know I'm not the only YouTuber that you watch for Amazon or FANG interview coaches and whatnot. So take advantage of that, okay? But more importantly, you have got to fix your CV. When your CV is broken, you guys are not ready to network or leverage your future hiring manager because guess what they're looking at the first thing? Your LinkedIn profile. When your LinkedIn profile makes no sense to you, they're just going to put an X next to your name. You try to follow up with them and listen and reach out to them again, guess what? They probably block you by now. You see where I'm going? So do not do that. I really genuinely want you guys to be good to yourself. And I want you to ask me questions, and I'm going to give you back some time here for the next half an hour. Okay? Oh, by the way, how are you guys liking this setup? I have no lights. So I'm really afraid that when the sun changes here, I mean, I can't control Arizona right now. This is a lot of sun for me coming from Seattle, where I had a bunch of light in front of me and I couldn't turn on a single one because it's just already so bright. Okay? All right. So if I if I'm new to your life, please don't forget to smash that. That's the I can't talk, guys. Smash. You could do this, Holly. You could do it. Smash that subscribe button. When you do, you're going to track all of those who couldn't afford a coach during this time to come into my live stream. For the 36 people who's watching right now that's really shy, you could always change your username on YouTube or your Gmail account to whatever you like, okay? Hello, sunshine. Akayakayo. Akayakayo. Okay. All right. Let's go back. Oh, here you go. Wait, I thought Alusoft. How are you? It's been a long time. Abigail. Akami says, is today's stream postponed to next week? I wanted to apologize because I'm very confused since I moved to Arizona and life has taken a different direction for me. But I'm back now, guys. I am back. I actually really miss live streaming. This is what I love to do most is coaching and training, and I want to do more of that. In fact, I don't want to overpromise, but I would love to do an evening live stream because there's a lot of international people from Asia who could never make it to my live stream. So I would really love to dedicate some more time to do that later on. But for now, it's going to be mountain time. And please do pay attention to the community tab in my YouTube channel. So everything will be posted on there as well as my LinkedIn. Okay? Abigail, happy holidays to you. You are so faithful and loyal to me. You keep on coming back for months and months. I think it's been a while. How are you? I hope that your Thanksgiving went well. Rajana became a member. Thank you for becoming a member. Let me fix this. Is like really bothering my analness is coming. Okay, there. I'm not even messing with that. Thank you so much for becoming a member. In general, these live stream and everything I do is absolutely free, but every now and then when I get, we call them internet troll or spammer, and that's when I have to change it to member mode. Okay. In during the live stream, I want to make sure that I get to the members first because you're showing a lot of your dedication and your loyalty to me and to take a leap of faith that I can help you land your next career. So I wanted to get to those as quickly as possible. Yes, Abigail, confident is key, my friend. Key. Okay. I mean, there are times that there are good times, there are bad times, but honestly, coming from a YouTuber myself, I'm not really a social person. I am. If you reach out to me on Instagram or Facebook or anything like that, I I probably forget I even have an account. I'm being very honest until months or a year later. Okay? I don't do that because I'm a true, like deep down inside, I'm more of an introvert. I'm an extrovert when it comes to my career or my job because I'm very humane. I like to connect with people and help with people. But if you guys wanted to reach out to me, LinkedIn is truly the best platform. Okay? Because I feel that a lot of things on LinkedIn are more realistic, more real. And let's be honest, you can't really trust and believe everything you see on social, okay? That is why when my marketing manager asked me to expand and do YouTube shorts for any of you tips and whatnot on TikTok, I immediately turned that down. All right. Rahika, how are you? Hope you're selling in and doing great. Thank you so much, Rahika. I am definitely 80% settled. I would love to be more settled. This is my favorite room in the whole house because this is my I almost want to say woman cave. This is my motherhood cave where I hide from my child and I could put on my thinking cap and create more content for you guys. So hopefully, by the end of this week or so, I'll be able to put this place back the way how I want it to be. Raquel, hello Raquel. Good work you're doing. Oh, thank you so much, Raquel. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm here for you guys. Okay. Ooh. I'm here for you all. I'm here to answer all of your questions. Okay. Let me have a little tea here. Cheers. By the way, this mug right here is very special to me. This is from my YouTube coach when I started my channel 3.5 years ago. And that mission, that company mission from my one of my many coaches, by the way, I believe in coaches. I believe that everyone is a mentor or someone that's been through the path where they want to be. and it says be your own boss. You don't have to be your own boss when you work, even when you're working for an employer. You could always be your own boss. To me, that translates to mentally being having that self-aware to control your self-awareness, control where you wanted to move next in your life. Okay, so rather than just providing you career coaching, I feel like many of you are longing for that life coaching mentality to help you with a leap of faith, to motivate and inspire you, and just kind of help you. I wanna knock on your door, and I would just want to leave, like, lift you up from your carpet or your hardwood floor, and just to tell you, hey, you know, it's not over. There's so many opportunities out there, and don't limit yourself. Do not limit yourself. We have all been there, okay? And I just told you guys, I had a moment for since summer until now. This is what the year's almost over. It took me this long to find the courage to come back, to be a creator and an entrepreneur for you guys, because I was just affected by a lot of the things on social and just transitioning myself into this and trying to ask myself, how can I fit into YouTube and be committed to you guys and live streaming and be committed to working with my team of video editor, which by the way, I've been slacking off, as you can tell by my YouTube channel, and making sure that they stay busy, because if I don't want to be that person to lay off anybody. Okay. And yes, I do have an international team behind the scene. Some of you are a little bit upset with me when you find out that we couldn't get back to you within weeks and even like months, because it's been real, guys. And I just wanted to show some vulnerability that we meaning my team and I try to get back to as many people as possible, but do understand that I would love to have your patient. Okay. And LinkedIn is really the best thing. I know some of you try to friend me um, on Facebook, and the truth is, I don't really. Facebook is for my family and coworker. I keep a very tight community there, but I do have a business page. It's Holly Lee, SPCC. If you Google that, it'll come right away, and we can keep in touch that way as well. Okay, so I'm not ignoring you guys. I'm just struggling a little bit and trying to get back to all of you. Okay. You welcome a Octavio. Hello, Octavio. Octavio says, great advice, be confident and never lose hope. You should never lose hope, guys. Shit happens all the time. And you know what? When shit happens, something great's going to come around the corner. You all know that, okay? Do you guys really think the universe is going to let you guys be in a stagnant mode? It's not, okay? Do you really think that there are so many people right now that's going through the exact same situation are going to be in that situation for a very long time? I do not. Okay? And you guys already know what the answer is. All right. Akiyakayo, are you tuning in from Japan? Okay. I should have had my loop interview beginning of last week, which was canceled 1.5 weeks ago. What you're going through right now with loop cancellation with Amazon or Google, other companies, don't worry about it. The good thing is you guys have, or gals, have already passed the initial phone interview and the recruiter screens. That means you are a priority to these employers, okay? That means from the moment the headcounts are back to normal, or they are opening up, not just for that specific team, Ikayakayo, not just for that one team, the one hiring managers, anyone has access to your profile, and the first thing they do is to look on-site pause. I believe that is the keyword in their internal ATS system, which is applicant tracking system. You're already ahead of the game, guys. So for all of you guys who are going to phone screen stages that you have passed, right? Especially when you have passed, and pending on on-site loop, kudos to you. You made it that far. Note that that is a priority to all of these companies, and they remember your name, because why reinvent the wheel to go after new candidates when you have ones that are ready for on-site? All right. Given that the loop result should be valid for 6 months, without that mean the hiring freezes takes longer than next year? Well, first of all, you don't know how long the hiring freezes are. It really depending on what company you're talking about. Let me explain myself. When I worked for Google, when Google freezes a pause, literally it takes about 3 months and they're back to normal. Okay. At Amazon, there's never in a lifetime been any freezes before. There's been overhired. There's been, we need to figure out where we want to dedicate our resources, what products is launching or going live at what day. So companies like Amazon or AK, AWS and all the like thousands of subsidiary, they are focusing on a very strategic approach where they don't just hire a massive amount and then lay people. They don't do that. So if they are ready to go through a hiring pause or laid off, that means they are, I hate to use this word, guys, they're cleaning house. Okay? Because if you guys keep in mind, organizations like an Amazon, in this case, I'm assuming we're talking about Amazon here. I don't know if you guys see the back of my hat. It's AWS and Amazon. Um, with that in mind, they're cleaning house, meaning they're looking at very like top down, right? Let's look at the leadership. Who is successful, who isn't, how long have they been with an organization? Maybe it's time for them to look at something else. And then they want to look at people who are more newer. Are those people who are coming up to speed? I mean, especially right now when headcounts are really tight, should we let them go, right? I'm not saying this to freak anyone out. I'm just speaking real time, raw data here, just from folks that I've connected with. And I don't want to pigeonhole on just Amazon. That's just any employer, okay? When people are getting laid off, it's not because you're an underperformer. It's a number of different reasons, right? It's about seniority. It's about what you have done senior. Maybe there's nowhere else for you to go, or there's no. Let me explain. That sounded. I don't mean to make that sound the way it came out. Meaning that now that you're up here, let's just say director level, is there a big enough scope to get you from director to senior director with all these organizations, right? If it isn't, well, maybe it's time to part because you've been with an organization for 10 years. Real story, by the way, no names of the employers. And then there are some who recently joined like a year or two or so. What have you delivered? What was your added value? If your added value isn't there, why should the employer keep you around when they're trying to cut costs to reserved? A lot of the top performing, oh my lord, I cannot talk, top performing, I can't talk, guys. I am definitely going to edit this video. It will be taken down and refurbish, okay? I can't talk today. So that's just kind of giving you guys an idea why there's so many noise level out there at the moment, okay? All right. Sunshine, hello, Sunshine. The background looks like Seattle. Where is that, Sunshine? Yes, Octavio, thank you so much for your positive vibe in this channel. It's all about positive vibe. It's snowing in Seattle. Oh, I miss the snow. I'm always going to have some kind of love for Seattle. I remember looking forward to the snow, and it doesn't snow every year, but it does. I mean, lately it seems like three consecutive years in a while to build. I remember building snowmen on top of our rooftop, and we would literally, there's so many parks in Seattle, and we lived in Belltown, downtown Seattle, Amazon campus, right? How ironic is that? It is so beautiful. Seattle is absolutely one of the most beautiful islands I've ever lived on. But right now, my space is in Arizona with more sunshine and create more content for you guys. All right, Sunshine, what do you have for me? Okay, let me just. Okay, Sunshine says, I've been following you since you started your YouTube channel. Oh my goodness, that's a long time. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, it's been a really long journey. I actually took an 8 months break after my first year because in my first year, guys, and I'm not saying this. Let's put this. I'm sharing this because I want to let you know that things all not always going to work out. And just because on the surface I seem like I'm always so happy and smiley, but deep down inside, guys, I was burning out. I went through YouTube burned out 3 times in the last 3.5 years. In fact, most recently, I took a pause for a couple of weeks. I couldn't even live stream because I felt like there's just so much going on. And again, I don't want to come up here to talk or present content that's not relevant. I want to focus on the quality of my work. So I'm trying to bring that back. Just have a little patience with me, okay? December is a very strong month for me, and I'm usually really anxious and excited at the same time. I'm planning out 2023 on what I want to do to help you all get your feet back in the door, okay? So thank you so much for being a loyal fan. I know a lot of people once they get the job, like Holly Lee who, and then there's that percentage who always come back because when you guys come back, it truly motivates everyone in here, like Alusaf, for example. Every now and then we get a lot of Amazonian hiring leaders in here as well. Okay? Talking about Alusaf. My recruiter told me he only be able to extend my offer to Q1. That's a long time. I'm a little afraid that the offer goes cold. Any advice? The reason, and please take this as a grain of salt. I'm just saying this based on my experiences working for Amazon specifically, what I have seen and what I've known how the organization work. Okay, if they're not asking you to start right now, there's so many different reasons, but the primary reason is that the project may be put on hold or the priority needs to be revisited in Q1. That's really the first thing that's coming out of my head. Okay. Generally in December, like about right now, they are like busy. Just because they're going through layoff doesn't mean that they're stopped going to launch products and services, right? Because Christmas is around the corner, guys. All right. So that's what I'm thinking about. I will not put any negative thought into it. I will not be doing it. I talked about this last week and every week. Make sure you keep in touch with your recruiter and the hiring managers, Alu. Okay? Make sure you do that because you want, and there's a lot of great excuses. Right now you should, I would say every 2 weeks, you should take the initiative to reach out to your future hiring manager, which in reality, come on, Amazon, you should be reaching out to them, not them reaching out to you. But it takes two to tango, but sometimes the employers could have a lot going on or they could be on vacation. That's why you should always engage them every 2 weeks, especially when you have a verbal or formal offer and pending a start date. Okay? So that is my best advice to you. Reach out to the recruiter and the future hiring managers. And if you have contact information or know who had interviewed you in the on-site panel, I would add them all on your LinkedIn and reach out to everybody to wish them a happy holiday. Okay? I would absolutely do that. But for the hiring manager specifically, if you would follow up with them again, let's just say that the holiday had passed and all that. This is just me. This is what I would do. I would make a short video of 30 seconds, probably no more than 30 seconds. Just kind of check in with them. Tell them that you're really excited to start. Confirm your start date with your hiring manager, period. Again, let me repeat. You should absolutely follow up with your future hiring managers with a short video clip on how excited you are because email and verbiage, I always like to think talk is cheap. It's good to do it in person, in this case, over video. Okay? And if you're pending a start date right now that's telling me that you've done a phenomenal job on the entire loop process, they're not going to let you go, Alu. They're not going to let you go. I've had 2 of my VIP member who got an offer and the offer is on hold or on pause. And I kept them to keep on pushing it, keep on hounding your recruiter, manage the employer, and boom, out of nowhere, they are now Amazonian. So this right here with the offer pause and pushing out the date is not because of the recent layoff. It's been happening since 2020. Okay? All righty. Abigail says, let me make this a little smaller. My holiday family was the best in the years. I hope your experience is similar. I did fail the AWS Pro, but I'm not giving up. Actually studying now. Thank you for all that you do. No problem. And I mentioned this in the past. If you guys are non-tech and you wanted to work for Amazon or AWS, if that is your intent, the best thing I can tell you, this is a quiet time here, go get the AWS practitioner certification. Go get certified, okay? It doesn't matter how much it costs. I don't know how much it costs. I'm assuming that it costs like $1,000 or I don't know. But you can always claim that as tax end of the year. For those who are unemployed, you can probably talk the unemployment office into paying that for you because it's actually going to help you promote your branding into landing more job interviews. And if your intent is to work with tech company like any of these big apples, like the app, like Apple as a company, the Google and the AWS, all of them love to see that you've got some kind of cloud infrastructure knowledge. Okay? That is the fact. It doesn't matter if you're tech or non-tech, even if you're in finance. If you're going to work for a company that live and breathe on cloud infrastructure, cloud implementations, any of those sort, they wanted to know what you know about the organizations and the technology. They don't want you to be an expert, but you need to have some type of knowledge. All right? That's exactly where I was going. Okamai. Whew, excuse me, guys. My back is killing me. My back has been killing me for a while. Okay. The Google Data Analytics certificate, something recruiter consider for potential candidates. It really depends. If your goal is to be a recruiter, like the Google Analytics certification, unless your passion is to be in, unless you love data and your job is business analytics or data analytics or data scientist for that matter, then sure. But if you are in recruiting or anything like that, honestly, I don't see that as a value. I personally do not. So if you could be a little bit more transparent with me and tell me what position that you are going for, that would really allow me to share more lights to you. Okay. So I'm not sure if that's a good certification. Um, you don't really need a certification to understand analytics, right? Unless that is the position that you're trying to get into. Alrighty. In infinite abundant. To follow up after Akamai, do any of the Google certification count? Well, then, let me just stay myself. Let me just let me see how I should answer this. Well, here's the thing. How should I say this? I just know for a fact that, and I say this with raw data from actually real time data from a lot of my VIP member. I've helped nearly 600 people, just my own clients, since 2020, land a job at all of these big employer. I can tell you this: those who have Google certification, Microsoft certification versus AWS certification, AWS is a way to go. Okay, let me explain. If you go and get Google certification, that's pigeonholing you into just getting attention from Google. Okay, I don't know how much it costs. I'm assuming that the price is the same thing for all these certification and time frame it takes for you to get there. If you go get a certification from Microsoft, Microsoft will love you. Again, you're putting all your eggs in one basket. However, I promise you, I'm not contradicting myself. Let's talk AWS here. Everyone and their mom uses AWS. Okay, even though they're familiar with Azure Cloud and Google Cloud and all that, AWS at the end of the day will stand out. So if you are going through financial challenges, if you have limited bandwidth, I know that a lot of you guys are parents, busy life. If you can spend your money and time on something, I would say go for AWS. That's just my advice to you. Because if you have the foundation and the knowledge of how the cloud maneuver in the infrastructure or aka the platform, you will understand how Google works. Okay, how Microsoft works, how VMware works, and all of the other competitors. Let me know if what I just said makes sense for you guys. Okay. I feel like I'm super loud right now. If I am, I'm sorry. I'm still testing out my microphone, but I found it. I haven't seen this mic, this beauty here, for 7 months. I was missing it. Okay. Rahika says, I received the following response after my final loop in the first week of November. Can you tell me from your experience if this is positive or polite way of rejection? At this time, we decide to pause on new incremental hire in our corporate workforce. We remain interested in your candidacy and background and welcome opportunity to connect with you again. That means that they don't have the head count and they're probably borderline in their interview feedback. That's why, okay? It does not mean that you have completely fell off the face of earth and didn't do well. I didn't get that impression because if that is the case, they can simply just send you a decline letter without mentioning anything about the new incremental hires in the workplace or anything like that. Okay? That's just mean that there are some there are areas that you've done really well, but there's also some of your answers that they wanted to have a stronger response from you. So take this time and evaluate of your interaction, Rahika, of all the folks that you interacted with during the during the interview process, how you can make those improvement. Okay? Like again, do not apply to jobs, guy. Do not apply to a job. Get it together first. Okay. Let's go with Infinite. Infinite says, I got the Loop interview and they canceled. The next day they announced the layoff. You know, layoff is really not a bad thing. It's time for them to get themselves together. Okay? That's all what that all means. So let them get themselves together. I mean, do you guys honestly think Amazon is going anywhere? Do you really think so? I don't think so. Right? Do you really think companies like Meta, Facebook, and all these big employers are going to lose funding and stop hiring? Of course not. Q1 is genuinely, I can't talk, guys. Let me start over. Q1, by the way, if you're interviewing or having a conversation with someone and you made a boo-boo, laugh it off, guys. Laugh it off, poke fun of yourself because people will really appreciate that. Okay? So companies are just trying to get their shit together. And that's completely okay. Don't get so fixated and sucked into all of those negative energy and noise level you see on social media. In fact, just shut it off. I mean, guys, if I'm not live streaming, I don't pay attention to any YouTubers, by the way. I haven't in years, and I don't plan on doing that. I don't care what other YouTubers are saying about the job market. I don't even care what anyone says about interview tip in my community, which is Amazon and Google. I don't even watch it because if I watch it, I would get upset. Because a lot of the stuff, I wonder where they're getting the data from, and things changes every single day, right? So rather than freaking out people who are already vulnerable and going through anxiety, I just chose to be quiet and not do anything about it. Okay? Oh, sorry, guys. So, with that said, shut up social media and just focus on your own branding and just be in a good place. Sunshine from Virginia. Hello, hello. Where are you right now in the career transition, Sunshine? Abu says AWS Cloud Practitioner is only 100. What? No way. Are you guys reading this? Look at this, guys. 100 USD dollar. $100. Okay? Okay? I know even if you're unemployed, you can afford this. What are you waiting on? Go get that AWS Cloud Practitioner because the next role is waiting for you. Get it. Please get it. Okay? Also, one of my former member, a friend, I'm a huge fan of Victoria. If you don't know who she is, I actually collaborate with her. She's a level 6 solution architect and a woman tech ambassador for Amazon. We actually collaborated. Go to my hiring manager playlist on my YouTube channel. You'll see a collaboration with her where we talk a lot about the certifications. Okay, you do not want to miss that, guys. It's $100. What are you all waiting on? Let's get out of your chair and do this. All right. Okamai says, to clarify, do recruiter consider Google certification or candidate as a qualification role, say data analyst? Well, the thing is, when it comes to Google, companies like Google, they pay attention to one thing. I'm sorry, Google, I have to speak the truth. They pay attention to where you get out from your university. Google care all about the elite school and the top tier school over any certification. Okay? A lot of people know that. Because when I was a recruiter at Google like 15 years ago or so, the first thing they teach us is all of the top tier and elite school around the world, not certification. even if you have, let's just say that you come from a normal average school and you have all the certification, they would care less than your actual amount of time of industry experiences in the work that you do on top of a college degree like a mid-tier or something like that. Okay? That is why, see, this is why I don't watch other YouTuber and what they say and all of that stuff. This is from personal experiences. Okay? In general, certification does not matter for any employer except if you're going through certification for that specific company only, which is why I preach about the cloud practitioner or AWS solution architect certification from Amazon. Because trust me, Google would care about it. You know why? Because it's damn hard to get that certification. It's not the cost, it is hard. And it is the technology behind that. And they know that if you can put effort in going through all of that to get certified, their lens is on you. That's why I'm trying to teach you guys why put all your eggs in one basket and not go after. I mean, to me, Amazon and just like the certification they have and how you're able to land job interview for all of these top companies, focus on the big apple, which is Amazon. If you can meet the hiring bar, if you can get the attention of the hiring leaders and recruiters at Amazon, all the other employers are going to follow you. It is a fact, guys. Jennifer, how are you, girl? Thank you so much for the coffee. I have missed you. Can you guys tell how excited I am when former members come back? How is your Thanksgiving, girl? Abigail says, Epic Games, Netflix, Zoom, Coinbase, McDonald's, and etc. Excellent. Excellent. I've heard good things about Coinbase. I've known some folks who work there. Netflix pay their people really well. I think Netflix is one of the highest paying employer in the Bay Area. Okay, Zoom, it breaks my heart. I wish I would have invested my stock in Zoom before they went public. I also heard great things about you. This is what I'm trying to tell you guys. Don't put all your eggs in one basket and venture out, guys. You want to work for AWS and all these companies, great, but you're missing out on a lot of great potential here. Okay. And, I'm not saying this, I'm not saying, don't focus on your dream company like Amazon and Google. I'm saying your dream company ain't going anywhere. At the time being, focus your energy on things that's going to make self improvement because you need that practice. In the middle of that practice of landing the right role, the universe is going to align like Google and Facebook or whatever company in front of you that you really want. By then, you probably don't even want it because now you fall in love with like Zoom. I'm just totally making this up, okay? So don't shut off opportunity. And I want you guys to fight for what you deserve. Even McDonald's, okay? I mean, there's a reason why a lot of these companies are building empires and they've been around for so many years. Give them an opportunity, but you got to be ready for them. Hello, Ayo. How are you? Oh, look at this. Akamai, thank you so much for sharing inspiration, resources, and detail. And he says, the AWS Cloud certification is on Coursera for anyone interested, and they offer financial aid. Are you all listening to this? You really have no excuses. All right. Sunshine, yes, you got a question for me, my loyal follower. What's wrong when you have lots of interview, but after talking with the hiring managers, you don't hear back from them? How do you know what is lacking in your interview skills? That's telling me that you're probably lacking your delivery on your communication. That like right off the bat, okay? That's telling me that on your resume or LinkedIn profile, Sunshine, that you've done a very good job. You captured their interest as a potential fit, but they're not really sure. And that's why they want that phone screen or that conversation with you. But the number one reason that a lot of people fall off of the interview loop, especially at the beginning stage and on-site stage, is your way of delivering your answer. Okay. I talked about, let me do like this right here. This is my star template, guys. I don't know if you follow me for a while, I have like 7 to 8 different free template. Oh, can't talk. Templates. You're not going to get spam because I don't believe in spamming. I barely have time to read your email, so I'm not going to spam you. So this is the most innovative thing I've ever done at Amazon ever in my career. If you really look at that, it seems like a lot of words, yeah? That's about 6 to 8 sentences. That's about 1 minute or under answer. I preach about that, and a lot of you who bomb your interviewed is because you are not able to stay concise and get to the point and stay strategic. Okay? And that is the main reason why. So go ahead and download it. I will leave the link in this video afterwards for you. Okay? And Sunshine, if you guys ever wanted me to review your answer, just come back. I'm here every single Tuesday at 12 p.m. Mountain Time. Okay? If you hit remind on any of the upcoming live stream, it will reflect on your time zone. Okay, just come back. I'm more than happy to review your LinkedIn profile, even your resume. Reach out to me via LinkedIn, right here, Sunshine. And what we can also do, if you're not comfortable, we can also not show your real name so people don't know who you are. I'm trying to protect my community. Okay, so AWS Pro is 300. You can get vouchers from Cloud Practitioner. Are you guys listening to this? Look at how amazing my members are. They are actually Googling. I don't know what you all are doing, but they're sharing the prices. All these certification, we're not even talking about $1,000. We're talking about $100 free to $300. Okay? There's no excuses to not do this. None whatsoever. Can you all tell that I don't do well with excuses and a lack of bias for action, of self-worth, okay? The more you're showing bias for action, the quicker you are leaning towards of what you want that's the best fit for you. For everyone here in the chat, were you able to enter the tech field without prior tech experience, pivot into a tech role? I can tell you this right now. I have never seen that in my entire career, and you have to be specific with me. What tech are you talking about? Okay. For instance, if you're a program manager, you cannot get a job as a TPM, a technical program manager, without any experience ever having system design. Okay. Or if you're going for whatever position, so like a software engineer, you can't without knowing how to code. So if your intent, if you're non-tech and you're trying to get technical transition to a technical role, you need to get your foot in the door. One, get certified, know the foundation in and out of how this example is all we're talking about. Cloud is very heavy, AWS heavy today. Get that, allowing you to get your foot in the door. In the process of that, even within a year, you can easily transition into a tech role. Okay? But to go from 0 to 100 degree, I've never seen that happen before. Alrighty. I'm currently in Google certification program. I had an interview with Google many years ago, but due to the immigration and visa, they haven't moved forward. So I'm hoping to pivot into tech. You need skills so that you can pivot into tech. Okay, my friend? You welcome all. Abigail also says AWS she built. If you identify as a female, you can get vouchers. Thank you for sharing that. For the practitioner and associates at Always. Thank you. Yes, there's a lot of, that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. I mean, the only thing I need you to do is just start because there's so many options and resources out there for you and they're all free. Okay? You welcome, Sunshine. Let me see if there's any new folks that I have not picked on. I'm going to wrap this up, okay? So, starting next week, guys, our live stream every Tuesday starts at 12 p.m. Mountain Time, which is 11 a.m. Pacific Standard and 2 p.m. Eastern. I'll put everything in the community. If you guys haven't paid attention, I put a graph, which is this one. This is to show you guys who is laying off, what company, and the trend. Year over year, we talk about this with my friend Jeff in last week's live stream. So you can actually get a copy of this, guys. I mean, it's no top secret here. This is public information. You can get this in my community tab on my YouTube channel, okay? So, guys, it doesn't work. So, guys and gals, what did we learn today? We learned three. What am I saying? Three. Get it together. I'm almost done. 3 important tips. Number 1, in an event of a recession when the world is upside down, number 1, do not apply to job. Evaluate your own credential and branding and fix it because those employers are not going anywhere at all. Number 2, you got to find a way to rebuild your confidence. Without confidence, you guys are not ready to network or connect with anybody. Okay? Anyone. at all, because from the moment you respond to them, even via writing, like written communication, you don't even need to jump on the phone with them. They can sense your lack of self-worth, lack of confidence, and they will be turned off. Do not do that. Take this time to evaluate your previous interview, what you could have done to be better. And if you need my support, feel free to reach out to me via LinkedIn, which is right over here, because I do plan on getting a group of 100 people to provide free Zoom coaching in the upcoming 2 weeks before Christmas. And tip number 3 is connection. You guys got to start working on building relationship with people. At a time like this, you wish you have a Rolodex of 20,000 people to go around, right? Let me see here. I'm interested in Zoom. Let me go to my LinkedIn and my connection. Oh, shoot. I do know 50 people who's working at Zoom right now. Okay? Sorry, it's my alarm to pick up my son. So I want you to really focus on that and pay attention. The only social media you should be paying attention, hopefully my channel, right? LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a resource that genuinely has more of the real-time resources and data, and people are not afraid to share the best practices, and everything on there is free. I almost wanted to tell you guys to kind of shut down on other things. That's just me. I think Instagram is too noisy for me. TikTok is all over the place. Facebook, right? So for me, I would choose your favorite platform and stick to it so you're not all over the place. When you're all over the place, you will lack focus, okay? So there you have it, guys. That's all I have for you today. I will see you next week and have an amazing week.